In the mid-1950s, the Royal Air Force was looking for an aircraft that could counter high-flying and fast-flying Soviet long-range bombers. The aircraft that they came up with was the Javelin Fall Mark 9. In War Thunder, this aircraft sits at a BR of 8.3, has an onboard radar and two very powerful engines, and carries 4 of the Firestreak air-to-air missile. It's also armed with additional 4 30mm cannons. This aircraft at 8.3 has some of the, if not the best firepower at this BR. And the fact that it actually has afterburning jet engines but can carry a minimum of 6 minutes of fuel and fly for the entire match lets the Javelin be a pretty dangerous aircraft to go up against. Its large wing design also allows it to be fairly nimble despite being a twin-seat, twin-engine aircraft. So the Javelin Fall Mark 9 has the capabilities to be one of the best aircraft in War Thunder, and it actually plays very, very nicely. You have good climbing rates, and like I said before, you do have the good maneuverability, especially at high speeds, at high altitudes. So you are able to, go up against any sort of fighter aircraft you play. And if you guys, are any way or familiar with how low-tier air-to-air missiles work, bombers like the B-57, T-14T, and IL-28, and even the F-117, they're going to have a very hard time actually dodging your Firestreak. On top of all of that, a lot of these players don't expect you to be armed with missiles. Really, at this BR, there's only a handful of other aircraft that are armed with missiles, and the Firestreak is the only non-caged missile minus the missiles found on the Vautour IIN interceptor in the Israeli or in the French tech tree. And all of the other missiles that players run into are cage seekers like the 9B and the R3S. So you are, and on top of all of that, you also, I believe, you have the only missiles that can be slaved to a radar target, meaning they will actually lock, or well, they'll actually be able to be locked off to the side if you have a radar lock. So all of that makes this aircraft actually pretty advanced for the fact that it sits at 8.3. The fact that this aircraft actually entered service in the mid-50s is actually super interesting to me. It has a very nice design, and I think it actually could do what it was meant to do, especially in War Thunder. To intercept bombers in War Thunder, you really just need good firepower and high speed, something the Javelin has quite a bit of both. Now, I will say it is a bit sluggish at low speeds, and if you get mogged down on the deck, you're going to have a very hard time climbing back up there, or getting back up to speed, as you are a fairly heavy aircraft. If you guys are interested in grinding this plane, it's pretty, in my opinion, it's very much worth it. It is a lot of fun to play, and it has some fun learning curves, but I think it overall is one of the coolest aircraft I've ever played in War Thunder. I find it very fun to go around and force dogfights with planes that don't expect you to be very nimble, and then you can catch them off guard, and it's just a nice perk to have the Firestreak missiles, because you're just able to catch people who aren't thinking about it. Because a lot of players, especially at 8.3, just assume you to be armed with cannons, and even with cannons, you are armed with some good ones, having 4 30mm cannons. Anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments on the Javelin Fall Mark 9. Do you guys think it's one of the coolest aircraft in War Thunder? Do you guys think it has great potential to be a phenomenal aircraft? Please let me know your thoughts. If you guys are not already subscribed, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. Make sure to join the Discord that's linked down below in the description, and I hope to see you guys in a later video.